is Daily Insanity, and you are listening to the Mystery Ship. So dudes. Daily Insanity, and you are listening to the Mystery Ship. So dudes.
Came across a drifting ship. I took a look inside. I found a note that someone wrote that said, take her for a ride. I set a course for sights unseen, went out to open sea. To my surprise, a bunch of sailors joined along with me. Now we're sailing on the Mystery Ship, and all the sailors here are really hip. There isn't any cost of membership, and all you gotta do is join our trip. Yeah, I'm the captain of the Mystery Ship, and I'm a-calling all aboard this ship. I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy it up on the Mystery Ship. So bring a friend and come along with us aboard the Mystery Ship.
Well, I really screwed that up. I screwed that up. I just sat through and watched the whole video, and then I looked up and I realized that I never switched over from my logo. So you guys missed the whole thing. And that's a certain sign that you're in the right place. That means you're on the Mystery Ship. How are you doing out there? It is my pleasure to welcome you aboard. I'm looking around the horn real fast just to make sure I'm live, all the places that I'm supposed to be live. Let's see. Yes, it does appear that way. We are making headway. Duska, nice job over there. I'm going to be forthright with you, my friends. This isn't going to be a long program. If I make it an hour, I'll be overjoyed. It's been a butt-kicking day for your brother Zoe, and I've had a mental butt-kicking for the last 48 hours. 72 hours, for that matter. I'm awfully glad to be here. Don't get me wrong. I'm tickled pink to look out and see those smiling faces, those wonderful sailors. Let me get this last light on. There we go. Now we're glowing the way we're supposed to glow. Let me get a quick look around the horn. Pilled, we are live. Rumble, we are live. Yes, we are. YouTube, definitely live at YouTube. That's a beautiful thing. Twitch, gorgeous picture. D Live, home of the champions. My mic volume is too low. Maybe I just need to speak up a little louder. Mic volume is very low on the song. Oh, okay, on the song. Well, is that better? Can you hear me now? I'm hoping you can hear me now. I was too far away from the mic, and I was speaking very quietly because I'm just in a bit of a funk. Bit of a funk. That should definitely give you a little more oomph in the microphone. Can you hear me well now? Look at that. Wait, look what the cat dragged in. It's Amethyst Cat. Every time I hear that expression, Amethyst Cat, I always laugh because one of my close buddies in LA had this black cat. And the cat was notorious for dragging things in the house. And I've since learned that when your cat brings you things, it's a present. It's look what I brought you. And like we have a hunter. One of our cats is a major hunter. This thing catches moles, it catches squirrels, it catches mice, it catches everything that's running around. In fact, honestly, I can't wait to see what happens when old Phantom finally gets to go outside. Mrs. Zoe has been very, very cautious with this cat because he's got this respiratory problem, and she basically saved his life. The thing would have been dead, but he's got a respiratory problem, and he's constantly, it's like he has pneumonia 24/7. The poor cat, every day I come home, I pick him up, I clean his nose off of the crusty things, and the minute I do, he starts blowing snots, and it's sad. It's just, the doctor said he may grow out of it, he may not. What he needs, I think, is a nice warm summer. A nice warm summer to fill his lungs with hot air. And I think he'll get over it. He's still a young pup. But back to the cat dragging things in. My buddy in Hollywood, when he and I shared a beautiful house together in Toluca Lake. This guy was famous for dragging home different women. It's just, the guy was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And he brings home this floozy one night, and I'm shooting pool out front with my buddy. And I see those two headed for the bedroom, and I'm like, all right, well, better turn up the stereo. And next thing, about 5 minutes in, we hear this blood-curdling scream, and the cat had brought in a dead lizard and put it in his bed. And, of course, the girl discovered it. So it was funny. We got a good laugh out of that. Look what the cat drug in. Look what the cat drug in. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Try giving him some lysine. Lysine, really? Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, let's say some hellos. I'm going to start with the champions. Why not? First of all, let me thank my dear sister, Gloria Paddock, right there. Great to see you, Gloria, and even greater to see you roaring in that beautiful Ninjagini of yours, which has become a staple around the mystery ship. Thank you so very much, my dear. Amethyst Cat in the house. Wonderful to see you, little lady. Really is. Lynn Winters is with us. Bad Zoot. What are you doing, little lady? Nice to see you. T.L. Spud in the house. Spudley? Willie Fixit? Yes, indeed. We have got a great group of sailors hanging out. Oh, she donated a diamond as well, just in case I didn't. Well, volume is very low on the song. I think we've corrected that. Very, very nice. Wonderful. Wonderful to have you all aboard over there. Where is Sheeple? Is Sheeple in the house? Sheeple is in the house. Sheeple has reverted back to his normal self from St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas is no more until next season. Wonderful to see you. Let's get over to Pilled Foxhole. Let's get over to Pilled Foxhole, where the The cool kids are hanging out. I see my brother C. Blanche. Good to see you. Trick Pony, my mod lady. How are you doing? Pony Girl, always good to see you. John Otter, what is going down? No Stud, All Muffin. I wonder if that's my friend whose cat brought in the lizard. Could be. Could be. Yes. Good to see you. Good to have you aboard. Crazy Chuck with a K. Any news on the front door keys, man? Chuck is literally, he's waiting for the phone call that says, move in, baby. He's got a brand new house waiting in the wings. I really hope, you know what? We need to pray about that tonight. We need to pray about that tonight. Crazy Chuck. Yes. In home. We need that. We need that. And then I need to make another note here. Yes, indeed. Very good. Very good. Let's see who else is hanging out. Willie Fixit is with us. A wonderful, wonderful group of sailors hanging out. Hanging out. All over the place. Girl Patriot in the house. Good to see you, little lady. Thanks for being here. LT, my brother. How is it going? How is it going? LT57FSH. Let's check in over at YouTube. Oh, man. We snow so, dude. We don't have any snow here yet, Abe, but it could happen. It could happen. Someone tell Snow So how to chroma key his logo. I've been meaning to do that. I really have. Abe, it's a matter of having 15 minutes to myself. I promise you. It'll happen. When you least expect it, it will happen. I am looking out at my dear sister, I bitch slap Satan. Good to see you. Thank you for the hug. Norma Williams. What are you doing, little lady? How's everything down in Texas? I hope it's warm and toasty. I know it's probably not. I talked to my friend in Texas the other day. It was 27 degrees. I couldn't believe it was that cold in Texas. Holy crap. All right. Over at Rumble. I see 6 people rumbling. Whoever you people are, I freaking love you. Thank you, my rumblers, for being there. Seriously. Feel free to drop in and just say hello, Zoe, in the chat. John Otter, always a pleasure to look up and see your smiling face. And just for shits and giggles, I'm going to check in on Twitch. No one is saying hello yet, but it doesn't mean that they won't. My friends, it is a pleasure to be here. It is certainly a displeasure to, to discuss this next thing that we're going to look at. I learned from our dear sister, Steph, over the weekend. Actually, I think it was Monday. I got a text from my dear sister, Steph. And she said, did you hear about LT Cooker? And I said, no. She said, very sad news. He passed away on Saturday from a heart attack. So this is LT right here. His name was Doyle Cook. And really, really an awesome, awesome guy. He loved to fish, this man. Loved to fish. He lived to fish. Look at that. Look at that, baby. So in speaking with his wife, Betty, Doyle was one in a million. I shared with her how much we loved him around the mystery ship. Whoops. Why is that? Why am I cutting his head off? That is our boy, Doyle. That is our man right there. LT Cooker. God rest you, brother. God rest you, Doyle. His wife said some very wonderful, wonderful things to me. She said immediately, she goes, oh, I don't need for you to introduce yourself. I know who this is from your voice. She said, Doyle used to crank the mystery ship on Saturdays throughout the house. In fact, he said he wanted to put speakers in every room, and she has a particular fondness for Bob Seger. And every time I would play Bob Seger, he'd go running in whatever room she's in, and hey baby, let's go. They'd start dancing, and she shared a couple of really interesting, intimate moments. In fact, I'll share one of them with you, and even though she probably doesn't think I'm going to do this, on Friday night, literally, 6 hours before the men passed on, they were out buying ammo, and he purposely said to her, "Hey, honey, grab me some of those 22s down there." So as she bends over to pull the ammo off the bottom shelf, he goes, "Man, you got a great ass, honey. You still got a great ass." She said that's just the kind of dude that he was. And I get it. He's, he loved motorcycles. He loved fishing. Doyle and I had plans for this coming summer. We were going to ride. He was going to take me fishing. And I never even got him his shirt. That's what bothers me the most. That's what bothers me most about this whole thing. Debbie has shared, let's see, I've got it right here. Excuse me, Betty. Betty has shared. I sent it to myself. Where is it? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me put this on the screen. Let me put this on the screen. He was younger than me, folks. 3 years younger than me. Oh, boy. Come on. So get your act together. Seriously, I could screw up a free meal. Okay. This is the service information, which is happening, I believe tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken, it's going on tomorrow. Yes. Doyle R. Cook, beloved husband, father, and grandfather, passed away peacefully on Friday at the age of 63. Doyle was born November 4th, 1961, in Watseka, Illinois, the son of Arvid and Geraldine Cook. He married Betty Kaufman in Pontiac, Illinois, at the First United Methodist Church on April 28, 1990, and she survives him in Centralia. Doyle was a dedicated correctional officer at Lawrence Correctional Center. His commitment to his profession was matched only by his dedication to his country, having served honorably in the United States Army, where he served from 1979 to 1988. He collected and assembled model trains, which reminded him of his dad, who worked on the IC Railroad. He enjoyed four-wheeling, riding his motorcycle, and most importantly, his love of fishing, where he would spend the whole month of May every year in Wisconsin. He spent many hours shooting his firearms. His greatest enjoyment was his family. He will be remembered for his quiet strength, his dedication to his family, and his unwavering integrity. He's survived by his loving wife, Betty Cook, a very, very sweet lady. And the rest of his family's funeral services will be held Thursday, January 16th, at the Sutherland Garnier Funeral Home in Centralia, Illinois, with Pastor Tim Mondi officiating. There is a link for wanting to send flowers. Let's see. Yes. Okay, so to send flowers or a memorial gift, let me get this. Let me adjust this a little bit. Pardon my hairy legs. Right there. Please visit our sympathy store, and that's this right here. So through the Sutherland Funeral Homes, you can contact them directly at this number and send flowers if you like. It is it's just a little heartbreaking to think that the next time I look over at D Live during my Saturday stream, we won't be seeing the familiar voice of LT Cooker, but an amazing guy, a guy I have a tremendous amount of respect for. May God wrap his loving arms around Doyle Cook is my request. I would ask that we keep his wife Betty and all of his children and grandchildren in prayer. Betty is being very stoic at the moment, but I mean, you know, she was able to share a few anecdotes and all that, but and then she would have moments of just, you know, April, she shared that April would have been 40 years that they would have been married. April. So she certainly had 39 very, very good ones. I'm dearly going to miss our dear brother Doyle. LT Cooker. This one's for you. I'm going to be dedicating my Saturday show to LT Cooker, and I'm going to be playing Bombs Away of Bob Seger. Oh, mammy. All right. Well, man. So, in thinking about Doyle, who, as I mentioned, was 2-3 years younger than me, I was really, it makes a guy stop and ponder. Okay, there's so many things that I am beside myself. I'm good at beating myself up. I really am good at beating myself up. The fact that, you know, the 2, 3, 4 times that he and I joked about it, I never managed to get him his damn mystery ship shirt is just, it pisses me off. I mean, it's very difficult to do tie-dye in the middle of winter. It just, the dye doesn't take to the shirts too well. It's freezing cold out here. Your hands just freaking freeze. Nonetheless, I need to find ways of overcoming that. Another thing that I need to do, and I've been saying this for a year now, I need to re-edit my show opening. I'm utterly disgusted with it. It's the sound is terrible, and folks, the bottom line is I'm realizing I need to make time. And I've said this before. This isn't some big, it's not some, you know, epiphany, okay? I know I need to better manage my time to come through for the people that come through for me. And, man, there's no, what is going on here? What is going on here? I'm looking at my show, and there's a weird video playing over here. Hang on a second. Those good people over at YouTube, what the hell are you watching? This doesn't make any sense. Let me go over here for a second. There's something really bizarre going on. There's something really bizarre going on the mystery ship, and I don't get it. Hang on a second. Let me go over here. Man, I am behind the 8 ball. Okay, so there I am. Okay. I'm not kidding you, people. It's the strangest thing. I call up the 4 different platforms that I'm broadcasting to right now. And, one of them is YouTube. And I go to YouTube, And where is the rest of you guys? I can see clearly you're looking at me in my orange bandana. Over on the YouTube channel, they were playing the video that I made for my Christmas party at work, and it didn't make any sense to me. It didn't make any sense. Why would they be watching that? What the hell is going on? Okay, but now I've corrected the situation. I see you are with me. Hello, Denise. Good to see you. Phil Bradley, welcome, my friend. Uncensored Abe is dropping in. Let me make you a moderator over there, brother. Let me turn you blue over there. Andrew Schroeder, good to see you. John Otter, great to have you aboard. James Halloran, how is it going? Rain Cry 527, hope you are doing well. Man, I hate missing out on my friends. Carrie Lake, how are you, little lady? Good to see you. Good to see you, Foxy Lady. Just Jim. Man, there's some wonderful, wonderful people. Renee, 0304. Sean Joe. What is going on? Safety Net. Well, we know who that is. We know who that is. Uncensored Abe. That's one of the reasons that I stop and I say hello to everybody at the beginning of my shows, is because I don't take any of you for granted. And I'm not kidding you. I'm the last guy to know anything. I didn't find out about Doyle until 2 days later. And it just really kicked my butt that I could have come through more for him. So I'm going to get off my dead duff, and I'm going to get out all those. I have a freaking list in there right next to my nightstand. I stare at it every night to make myself feel guilty. I'm going to get those shirts out if it's the last freaking thing I do. Every last one of them is going to go out, and I'm going to do it. If I have to do it inside the house, I'll do it inside the house. But I don't want to let people down anymore. And I feel as though I let Doyle down. Maybe I could send Doyle's wife, Betty, a shirt, and she can send us one, a picture. Anyway, as I mentioned, this is going to be a bit of a short show, okay? For the last 3-4 weeks, I have been very kindly by my boss, being very kind. Instead of me being on the unemployment line and sitting at home collecting unenjoyment, I've been working, physically working, instead of doing the normal finger pointing and telephoning and emailing and reading reports and reviewing submittals that I normally do on a job site. I have been one of the boys down in the trenches, and let me tell you, I've done everything from pour concrete to lay new floors to demo to you name it, landscaping, laughing. Brother Zoe has been busting his hump, and I'm hurting just about everywhere I can hurt right now. My left shoulder, I'm going on February 14th to find out about February 11th. I need a whole new ball and socket installed, and damn it, I'm going to get that done because this thing keeps me awake at night. Drives me crazy. Can't do it any longer. I can't do it any longer. I'm going to get that sucker done. I'm going to quit putting off all the stuff I've been putting off. I'm going to get it done, son. Get it done. I'm going to re-edit my show opening and show some of the new faces. I've got new pictures of people. They're not even in that. So get off your dead ass. Come through for these people. That's what I want to do. But I started really thinking about my own mortality. And I've shared this a number of times on this show. This April, your brother Zoe, April 3rd, your brother Zoe will turn 66. And, well, that's how old my dad was when he passed away. In fact, I've shared this before. My dad had two brothers. Two brothers and two sisters. They're all gone. None of them made it to. I take it back. One of them, my Uncle John, made it to 70, but all the rest died in their 60s. Most of them, I don't think, got past 66. I think that's the magic number. And damn it, let me tell you something. I'm going past 66 because on my mom's side of the family, they lived to be a freaking 100. All right? My mom is 89. My grandfather on my mom's side lived to be 99. And that's the way I'm planning on going. But I do know that one thing runs... Oh, boy. Cancer runs prevalently through the Cella household. That is my last name, Cella, C-E-L-L-A, not to be confused with the shitty chocolate-covered cherries, no. But there is a Cella Lambrusco out there that you might want to try. Maybe LaDonna knows about it. Thank you. Oh, Gloria Paddock has a birthday coming up. Woo! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're lucky. You look 10, 15 years younger than that, Gloria. Son of a gun. How does she do that? Anyway, I've been thinking about this, and I'm sure those of you who watch any of the shows, I don't care if it's Quite Frankly, if it's Red Pill 78, if it's one of my favorites I love to watch is another guy by the name of LT, and we know he puts together a great presentation like every other day, or sometimes he runs every single day. But LT does a great job putting his show together. Very Christian-based show. I enjoy it very much, but he does his homework. He does his homework. And all of these shows have shown clips. X22 has shown this clip of Mel Gibson visiting Joe Rogan. And in the clip, and I'm amazed that YouTube hasn't yanked this yet, but in the clip, Mel Gibson is sharing with Joe Rogan that he's had three friends who were in various forms. All of them were stage 4, but all of them had various forms of cancer, and that right now, all three of them are cancer-free. And it's thanks to a combination of ivermectin and fenbenzidole. Try saying that 3 times fast. This piqued my interest. I mean, ivermectin is dirt cheap, and you can get it. I mean, they give it out for if you're going to places like Thailand, or if you're going down to the Panama Canal, they give it to fight malaria. It's extremely effective. Fenbenzidole is, believe it or not, it is a dog warmer. It's a dog warmer. And there is a gentleman by the name of Joe Tippins. How many people have heard? Sheeple says, I'm having trouble saying it one time. I'm right there with you, buddy. Fenbenzidole. Try saying it 3 times fast. Anyway, this guy named Joe Tippins, I guess a year ago, this guy came out with the Joe Tippins protocol, and I'm going to put it on the screen for you. So, Joe Tippins is an elderly individual. He's close to my age. Boy, that's a tough thing to say. An elderly individual. He's close to my age. Oh, shit. Joe, wait, let me get back for more dramatic drama. We want the drama. Joe had stage 4 lung cancer, and he took chemo, he did radiation, he did all of the standard protocols, and it was killing him. It was all over but the shouting. Okay, all they had to do was close the curtain on this guy, and they told him you got at best 2 to 3 months to live. Well, he went against all odds and started doing this. He had read up on this. A veterinarian had told him about this. So this was his protocol. Curcumin, 600 milligram. Cannabis oil, 25 milligrams per day. And fenbenzidol, 222 milligrams per day for 3 consecutive days. And then he would take 4 days off. So he would do the fenbenzidol for 3 days, and then he would take 4 days off. Within 3 months, his cancer was gone. Gone. Not stopped. Not down a stage. His cancer was gone. Now, I haven't had a lot of time to do a proper presentation to you, but one might be coming. But in the meantime, I did do some homework. I did at least do some homework for you. And I got to tell you, this guy, Joe Tippins, is he's a pretty right on freaking dude. Let's see, where is this? He has a blog. He has a blog that he put out. Where is it? Damn it. I had it to share with you. Hang on. Maybe this is it. Anyway, you can look him up, okay? Tippins, Tippens, Joe Tippins. This man is unabashedly sharing what he has learned and is willing to help people try to combat cancer using alternative measures. I looked him up today. That fenbenzidol, man, you can get it right online. It's actually fairly inexpensive. I'm actually considering, as a preventative measure, just maybe taking some for a while. Just to say, what the heck? I mean, I know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, I don't go to, my doctor passed away, so I haven't had a proper medical examination in going on 3 years now. I need to get myself a doctor. I need to get myself a good old-fashioned family doctor once again. But they're hard to find, and when you call around the valley here where I live, every time you try to find a doctor, you talk to your friend, hey, are you happy with your doctor? Oh, I got a great doctor. Great doctor. Here's his name. Here's his number. Yes, doctor's not taking any more new patients. And that seems to be, I mean, everywhere I call. I've called 5 different doctors and the same thing. I'm sorry, that doctor's not taking new patients at this time. We have another doctor we can recommend. And I'm like, no, this is the doctor that was recommended to me. And, anyway, if the time ever comes that I'm going to have to do battle with the big C, man, I'm not going to take it lying down. And one thing I know for sure, I am definitely not, I'm not going after the standard protocols. I've done a ton of research on that. And things like radiation and chemotherapy, There's only one person that makes out on those treatments, and that is the doctor. Or should I say, it's the doctor's wallet. Because let's say a radiation treatment is $100,000 for 6 months. The doctor gets 50% of that. Period. 50% of that. So, it's not in his best interests to cure you. He wants to treat you. In fact, he'd like to treat 6 or 7 more of your friends because, he's got that Jaguar in the driveway to pay for. This is not, by any stretch of the imagination, any kind of medical advice. I know nothing about medicine, and I don't recommend you listen to a word I'm saying. I'm simply saying that, me personally, I happen to be a open-minded son of a gun, and I like to explore the avenues less traveled. What can it hurt for me to... I've got leads on both of those things, fenbenzidol and ivermectin. They're both very easily sourced. What can it hurt to have some sitting in the medicine cabinet? Because especially since cancer runs so rampant on my father's side of the family, and I am a bit barrel-chested like the son of a bitch. I'm sorry, I would never call my dad that. I do have a lot of my dad's traits. I do have quite a few of my mother's traits, thank goodness. Hair and skin genes. I'm covered with freckles. I'm the only one with those British freckles. My brother and sister have the olive skin, 5 minutes in the sun, and they look like a Bain de Soleil commercial. Me, I turn red and blister, and my skin falls off. Anyway, so I did do some looking into cancer, and there's some really excuse me, let me change that. I looked into alternative cancer treatments, things other than radiation, things other than the standard protocols. And I'll tell you what, there's some open-minded people out there. There's this tremendous doctor. His name is Dr. Thomas Seyfried. Seyfr. Oh, for crying out loud. Let me just pull up the frickin' YouTube.
Gabapentin is bringing...
Mm-hmm. Is this the one I wanted? Yes, this is him. This is him, Dr. Thomas Seyfried, Seyfried. I'm going to put him on the screen. This is a remarkable doctor. He is a biologist at Boston University. That would be in Boston, Massachusetts. And this guy has been studying, he and his contemporaries have been studying cancer for a very, very, very long time. Though he lays out the bare facts. He doesn't beat around the bush. He tells you straight up what is going on. In the United States of America, there are approximately 2 million new cases of cancer every year. 2 million new cases. Unfortunately, about 1,700 people a day in the United States pass away each day from cancer. If you do the math a little bit further, that's 70 people an hour, or a little bit more than 1 a minute. 1 a minute. Every minute that you and I are sitting here, there is another person kicking it from the big C. Now, this guy has some really interesting things to say. I should what I should do for you, is give you the link, because this was it's like an hour and a half interview by this young British guy. And he really did a good job interviewing this doctor. And the doctor bared his soul. I mean, bared his soul. The doctor goes on about what foods. The doctor said that the biggest problem in America are the foods we eat. The foods that we eat are so high in sugar, glucose, and amino acids that it is a breeding ground for cancer. Now, I don't know about you, but the last thing in the world that I want is to be diagnosed with cancer. And from what this guy was describing, basically all the food we eat is junk. I mean, even if you knew what to look for, you probably couldn't get the right quality of what you're looking for to avoid cancer. The food we eat makes it a breeding ground. I want to thank my dear brother, where is he? Salty Nuts. Salty Nuts just sent over a bunch of people. He rated me. Thank you, Salty. Great to see you. Mrs. Green Thumb, Pair of Bears, Kosher Ham Sandwich. Great to have you all here. Great to have you all here. We are discussing alternative methods of beating cancer. Recently, Mel Gibson was on the Joe Rogan program and shared that 3 of his friends, using a combination of fenbendazole and ivermectin, took their stage 4 cancer cases and cleaned themselves up. They are cancer-free. And folks, you know, when I look at my life and I look at my family's history, that's where I want to be. So I'm going to be first, I'm going to get myself a medical doctor. I need a freaking doctor. I'm going to find one. I'm going to get him. Second, I'm going to ask the guy straight up, hey, what if I just start taking these things as preventative measures? I mean, I haven't even been examined I haven't had a medical checkup I take that back. They worked me over pretty good, but they mostly looked at my heart. Year before last, when I had that little scare in Pennsylvania, they looked over my heart and my arteries. And those are very good. Those are great. I'm very fortunate. I have an athlete's heartbeat at about 52 beats a minute. And my blood pressure is a textbook 110/70. So as far as that goes, I'm pretty good. But as far as the rest of me goes, man, I'm 15, maybe fucking 20 pounds overweight. Not very happy about that. Can't seem to step away from the ice cream. Ice cream is probably one of the worst things I can do for me. This is definitely one of the worst things I could possibly do for me. Mrs. O has a wonderful way of reminding me of that. But I want to share with you a couple of clips from this doctor. Let me see if I can zoom them in right down to the gnat's ass. Right here. That ought to do it right there. This doctor, by the name of Dr. Thomas Seyfried, Seyfreid, has some really interesting things to say about cancer. So let me see if I can play these without screwing this up. Let me get him on the screen. Bear with me. Boom. Boom. Oh, I got to... Okay, in 3, 2, 1, 8, 12, right there. Play.
It's that fermentation you mentioned.
Fermentation is energy without oxygen.
What does that mean?
We breathe air, and we exhale CO2 and water vapor. And those are the waste products of the food that we eat. Everything is broken down and combusted in our mitochondria of the cell. And the waste products are CO2 and water vapors. Those are the waste products. But if you and I were to stop breathing for any particular time period, our bodies would fill up with lactic acid and succinic acid, like if we were to have a heart attack or when somebody has a heart attack. They don't die instantly. If they're there for 5 or 7 minutes without oxygen, they may die because the brain dies. But if you can get the heart to beat again and get oxygen back in the system, you can come alive again. But when we have that massive interruption of oxygen into our body, the cells fall back on they immediately turn on these ancient pathways to get energy without oxygen for a short period of time. And that's the sugar glucose, which is already in our bloodstream from the food we eat, and the amino acid glutamine, which is an amino acid in our bloodstreams. Highest level of amino acid is the glutamine. These two fuels are now burned for energy, obtain energy without oxygen. These pathways upregulate, and you can get ATP, which is energy, to keep you alive for a short period of time. But your bloodstream is filling up with the waste products called lactic acid and succinic acid.
So I'll cut to the chase here, people. I'll cut to the chase. Those two things, okay, if you were to, let's say you were to stop breathing, right? Your body continues, the heart beats and all that. You're still going, but it's those two items, sugar glucose and the amino acids, that provide the quote-unquote fermentation, okay? That's what cancer cells thrive on. They absolutely, it like puts them in fourth gear, pedal to the metal, full speed ahead. Those are the enemy. Sugar, glucose. Sugar. Right here. Worst thing you can do for yourself. Worst freaking thing Zoe can do for himself. This doctor, I will drop the link for you. This is a fascinating interview. If you have the time, by all means, listen to this man. He is a walking encyclopedia. He's been studying cancer for 40 years. Okay, the guy knows what the I think I should be coming back any old time now. I should be coming back. And yes, You can guess what I did. I kicked the cord. I kicked the cord. I think I should be coming back any old time now. All right, let's get over to here. Make sure the volume's off there. Yes, volume's off there. Sorry, people. I kicked the frickin' cord. I have a bad habit of doing that. Leah Worth, how are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, more than frozen, my friend. I have right here by my foot. I have a 6-way power cord that I've been promising. That's one of the first things I'm going to do. Change the power cord. I'm making my list. Change power cord. I just need to move it about 6 feet out of the way of my foot. For crying out loud. Okay. Anyway, where is that guy's interview? Hang on with me. Bear with me. I've got this guy's interview right. Inbox. Yes, the cancer expert. There he is.
Worst breakfast for your waistline.
Okay. Let me drop this link while I'm thinking about it. Control A, Control C. I'm going to drop this guy's link in the stream. Seriously. If you get a chance, watch this guy's interview. Watch his interview. It's absolutely riveting. I mean, I found it extremely informative. What the hell? What can it hurt? This man has been studying cancer for 40 years. He knows he doesn't know how to beat it, but he can tell you all the things that fuel it and feed it and make it into the monster that it is. Now, I had a previous interview. Let me see if I can find that. I had a previous interview with Dr. Thomas Seyfried. History. Let me check my history. See if I can find it. Right here. Yes, this is another wonderful interview. I'm going to drop the link to this as well. Again, this is Dr. Seyfried. And they are talking about the Joe Tippins protocol in this video. And Dr. Seyfried is extremely open-minded when he finds out about what Joe Tippins did and how he not only beat cancer, he beat the crap out of it. From stage 4 to in 3 months, Joe Tippins was cancer-free. Cancer-free. Using a combination of fenbenzidole and ivermectin, people. So those couple of links I just dropped for you, check them out, okay? Check them out. Definitely some good information there. Let me get back to that other video first, because there's another clip I wanted to play from it. Right here, this is the guy. This is the guy. Right here, click on that.
Cancer is very preventable.
Let me get to 24 minutes and 43 seconds. 25, 40. Okay. I want to play this clip for you. This is pretty interesting as well. Think here he's talking about foods in particular.
Not dying from the things that are killing us. They're dying from injuries and infections.
When you described this slow and gradual shift in the cell as it moves to this sort of ancient system, it sounded very gradual. So in my head, I thought, okay, so does that mean that the cancer is a gradual process that is kind of building up in me or isn't building up in me based on the lifestyle decisions I'm making and my environmental factors right now? Like I'm trying to say, does cancer start slowly? Years before you find it in a doctor's hand?
It is a gradual process, but it can be impacted by several provocative agents from the microenvironment. Lack of exercise, okay? So we're not exercising nearly as much as our Paleolithic ancestors, bar none, right? We have massive amounts of processed carbs in our diets. We have a lot of emotional stress. mental, emotional stress that's impacting negatively on our biology. We have lack of sleep. Sleep, a lot of us, because we have stresses. You have to have, when you put all of these impactful things together in one person, you can put yourself at risk for cancer, all of which will damage and reduce the efficiency of mitochondria. And also the joy of living, having friends and friendships and this kind of thing reduces stress in a lot of different ways, makes people enjoy getting up and having a nice day rather than being depressed or these kinds of things. You put all this together and you put yourself in a diet and a lifestyle that puts you at risk for damage to oxidative phosphorylation and the transition from one form of energy to a fermentation energy.
And what I'm trying to understand, is that
It's a
Gradual
gradual transition. You have to be able to do that. And how long does it take for a colon, a group of cells in a crypt of your colon, to transition from one stage to another? You have to be constantly under stress, those cells and that organ. Now, why somebody gets colon?
Okay, I'm going to cut to the chase there, because my friend Sheeple Beware pointed out something very important. So, folks, importantly, stress can bring about cancer, or it can breed the perfect environment for cancer. Okay, the foods you eat, that age-old expression, you are what you eat. If you are what you eat, then I might be a ding-dong. Okay, man. Again, this guy, Seyfried, Dr. Seyfried, very, very knowledgeable guy. In that second video link I dropped for you, they specifically discuss the Joe Tippins protocol, where Joe Tippins beat cancer. And Joe Tippins is out there like a prophet, sharing his information with anyone who will listen. It worked for him. He wants to see it work for other people. Sheeple Beware said, don't let them give you a biopsy. I'm convinced that makes it spread. Oddly enough, Sheeple, there's another woman. Let me see if I can find the interview. This woman, where is it? Yes, right here. Okay. This woman right here. Let me put her on the screen. Now, don't be alarmed. Her face is full screen. She might scare you at the first look, but she's a very nice British lady. Okay? She specifically, this woman is battling cancer. She's battling cancer. She's battling, wait a minute. Did they kick me off of YouTube? Did they kick me off of YouTube? Holy smokes. It looks like I got kicked off of YouTube. Wow. Looks like I got kicked off of YouTube. Wow. No, I'm not. I'm not kicked off of YouTube. I'm still live. Okay, good. I'm still here. This woman right here that I'm sharing with you on the screen, she is battling stage 4 cancer. I can't remember if it's pancreatic or what it is. Let me see if I can. Let me shrink this for a second. Her personal journey exploring an unconventional cancer treatment. She was diagnosed there's stage 4 pancreatic cancer. But before her formal diagnosis, she uncovered Joe Tippins' remarkable story of putting his late-stage cancer lung cell into remission using fenbenzidol, a common deworming medication for animals. So this woman goes on to say in her video that she tried it, and it worked. It turns out that whereas fenbenzidol was more perfect for the lung cancer, that there's another type of benzodol. I can't remember. She'll tell you in this video. But this woman somehow was able to chart her, I think it was her liver during her treatment, and she noticed an unusual spike in her liver that scared her and made her stop taking the fenbenzodol. When she went back and did the math and checked the dates, it turned out that the spike in her liver happened at the exact time that they did a biopsy. So she went back and looked at her calendars and said, no, wait a minute. Maybe it wasn't the fenbenzodol. Maybe it was that biopsy, exactly as Sheeple said just a minute ago, suggested. She is a double whoopsie. Anyway, this woman's story is very moving, and she's still alive. She's still killing it. She's out there making her way through the world. Let me drop her link as well, okay? I mean, any of you who have friends who are battling cancer, what the heck? What can it hurt to possibly just explore this for them? Share this information. This woman is successfully battling cancer. I just dropped her link in the chat. I'm going to drop it over at Rumble. I'm going to drop it at YouTube. And I'm going to drop it at Foxhole. I find these people extremely courageous, taking the path less traveled. There is hope, folks. There is hope for cancer treatments. One of the things that saddens me most is when I'm driving down the road and I see, you'll see it a lot of time on people's back windows, in memoriam, a guy's name and his birth date, his birth year and his passing year, and it'll say, succumb to cancer or whatever, or worse yet are those bumper stickers that just simply say, fuck cancer. That these people have been impacted by someone they loved died from cancer. I'm really hopeful that with this new administration and with RFK taking a look at things, I think we have things to be hopeful for. Hearing the story about Joe Tippins, look him up. Joe Tippins, Tippens. This guy, nothing short of amazing. He freaking beat cancer. This guy beat freaking cancer. All right, I promised you this wasn't going to be a long show, and I'm telling you, people, I already wish I was laying on my pillow right now. But before I go, I do want to share with you. This is still exciting to me. Okay, very exciting. Well, what's going on here? What is going on here? Look up. So that is a link to my own show. Is it really a link to my own show? Son of a bitch. What a left-handed son of a bitch. A link to my own show. Anyway, okay. I do want to share this with you. I'm so excited to tell you that I am now the host of a Foxhole version of the Hollywood Squares. Our premiere episode airs this coming Saturday night, people. This coming Saturday night. And I am your host. And just like on the Hollywood Squares, where Paul Lynde was in the middle, and, Charlie, all the boys and girls, it's exactly like that. Anybody can be a contestant on this show. Folks, you're looking at the man who is tasked with bringing on the contestants. So if you would like to see yourself as a contestant on the show, I want you to reach out to me, zosodude@protonmail.com. Here's the one thing, okay? The show airs on Foxhole. It doesn't mean it's not going to air on other programs, Okay, it may platforms. It might air on D Live, it might air on Twitch, it might air on some other programs, but platforms. But here's the important thing: when you win, when the contestants win, what they win is gold pills. Okay, the good gentlemen Matt and Matt over at Foxhole Central, the leaders of Foxhole, have teamed up with Coffee Talk with Sandra, and she has talked them into donating gold pills. So you really do win a spectacular prize. You are winning real money, people, all for being a contestant. Let me play a little video for you, a teaser. Let me play a teaser. This is a teaser for the Foxhole Squares.
Coffee Talk with Sandra presents Foxhole Squares, sponsored by Pill.net. Please welcome Zoso Dude, Feisty Ace, Rev Jim, the one and only Enoch, Ash from America Rising, 451 Actual, Adult 412 Productions, Mary, Free for All to Learn, Bert Cocaine, our very special host, Graham Belushi. Saturday night, January 18th, 10 p.m. Be there or be square.
Okay, so what I can tell you is, in the past 7 days since that promo was made, Belushi and I have swapped. Belushi is now the center square. I am no longer the center square. I am now the host of the program, and I'm very excited about seeing this become a success. It's going to be, I kid you not, this is going to be one of the most watched shows on Foxhole. We get 2 or 3 episodes under our belt and kind of get the flow going. This is going to be tremendously funny and a good time for all. Contestants, as long as the contestants have a Foxhole address over there, even if you mostly watch on D Live or even if you mostly watch on Rumble, if you have a Foxhole email address or a Foxhole account, you can be a contestant. Okay? You can be a contestant. And the future stars, okay, the people in the squares, can come from any platform where there's no prejudice there, okay? They can come from any platform. This is going to be a gas, people. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited about this coming Saturday night. I hope you will come over to Coffee Talk with Sandra and find us and join the fun. Join in with the fun. Saturday during the day, during my regular rock and roll show, I'll be dropping the link to the show that night so that you can save it and tag it for later and watch the show later. But I promise you, a good time will be had by all. Why not? Sign up. If you would like to be considered for a contestant, please email me, zosodude@protonmail.com. Zosodude, no 77, just zosodude@protonmail.com. It's going to be a kick in the freaking pants, people. A kick in the pants. All right? Okay, so before we get out of here, again, I would like to ask that we do 2 things. Please remember to pray for the family of our brother Doyle Cook. You might know him as LT Cooker, but his wife Betty and their children and their grandchildren, they need prayer right now, folks. Just keep them covered in prayer, if you would. The whole Cook family, please do that in memory of our dear brother LT Cooker. And then, last but not least, we have a Foxhole chum, a dear friend of this show, a beautiful human being. His name is Crazy Chuck with a K. Chuck, this past summer, decided to sell the house that he's lived in for the last 30 years. And he and his wife looked at 2, 3 other houses. Nothing quite panned out. Then finally, they found the house of their dreams, and everything looked great. It was supposed to be like a 10-day escrow, move right in, everything's good. Well, you know how it is. Things happen. So, as luck would have it, Crazy Chuck is still living in his original house that he owned for 30 years, but the house isn't his anymore. Somebody else bought it, so he's paying rent. He's paying rent at the house that he owned for so long. I want us to please pray that the escrow papers, whatever is holding this up, that God just looks down and goes, fix it, fixed. It's fixed, so that Chuck can get the key and move in his house. Because, man, this guy deserves, this is a break he needs. Please pray for Crazy Chuck with a K, that all the red tape is snipped in half and the man gets in his brand new home. I'm very excited for him. Such a great human being right there. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming and hanging out with me tonight. It has been my pleasure. I got to get out of here. I'm so tired right now. I'm kicking my butt. Let me say some thank yous. Over here at Pilled Foxhole, there have been a number of people wonderfully donating tonight to this show. Sean Joe, Kelly Cummins, Renee 0304, Mrs. Green Thumb, Salty Nuts, Due Diligence, Sean Joe, Due Diligence, Girl Patriot, Sea Blanche. Thank you all. Thank you all for your support of this program. I really do appreciate it. I am hereby releasing the scratchin' for your itching pleasure. Start scratching that itch over there, would you? And then over here in Lemon Land, look at these incredible people. Look at these incredible people over here in Lemon Land. Okay, Brother Zoe is going to make some adjustments. Let's look at that treasure chest, and let's do a little something. Let's do a little something for the people there in Lemon Land. What do you say? What do you say? Okay, so from my calculations, there are 587.7 lemons coming your way right now. The treasure chest is being distributed in 23 seconds. 23 seconds, we will know who the lemon lovebirds are. Get yourself some booty. It's a booty call over in Lemon Land. The treasure chest, the mystery ship treasure chest, is hereby being distributed. Booty for all. Booty for all. Here it comes. Here it comes. Bad Zoot, bringing home the booty. Bad Zoot, T.L. Spud, Amethyst Cat, Lynn Winters, and Mad Pogue, a man who almost never makes it into the booty, got himself some booty. A booty call was made by Mad Pogue. Congratulations. Sheeple says, I'm chestless. I'm chestless. Thank you all for hanging out with me. It's been a pleasure. Your exhausted Brother Zoe is going to call it a night. I normally broadcast for another 35 minutes, but folks, this is one tired hombre. So don't hold it against me. Don't hold it against me. Come on. There it is. There it is. Okay. Kill the volume. There is no volume there. All right. I think we're gonna be all right. I think we're gonna be all right. Let me re-cue the song. And my God, my timing is phenomenal. My timing is phenomenal. I love you all. Have a great rest of your week. I will see you Friday night for another exciting mystery ship, and Saturday for my rock show, and then Saturday evening for the Foxhole Squares. Please be there or be square. I want you to be there. I really, really, really want you to be there. We'll see you all later. Have a good one, everybody. Much love.
73 men sailed up from the San Francisco Bay, rolled off of their ship, and here's what they had to say. We're calling everyone to ride along to another shore. We can laugh our lives away and be free once more. But no one heard them calling, no one came at all, 'cause they were too busy watching those old raindrops fall. As the storm was blowing out on the peaceful sea, 73 men sailing off to history. Ride, Captain, ride upon your mystery ship. Be amazed at the friends you have here on your trip. Ride, Captain, ride upon your mystery ship. On your way to a world that others might have missed. "73 men sailed up from the San Francisco Bay, got off the ship,